Let's follow the path of Dusty's trail, oh, Dusty's trail, Dusty's trail. A stage and a wagon a heading west, part of a wagon train lost from the rest. Dusty's the reason for their plight. Thanks to Dusty, nothing's right. Only the wagon master's hand keeps them rolling to the promised land. Oh, the going gets mighty rough, but they don't seem to mind. It's California, that's the place they must find. Deserts and rocks are in their way, but they won't stop, come what may. Mountains and hills that they must scale, but they know they'll make it 'cause they just can't fail on Dusty's trail.
There was a town over the next hill.
Yeah, amazing the way these little towns springing up everywhere. This place must have a population of 100.
What's that over there?
With the world
Win $500. Wow.
That's right, folks. $500 to any man. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Let's go see what that's all about, huh? Come on.
Boy, I sure could use some nice, cool water.
$500 for any... Well, you said you wanted some nice, cool water.
I meant on the inside, not on the outside.
Come on. Come on. All right. That's right, folks. $500 to any man who can last 5 minutes. That's just 300 seconds with the world-famous pugilist, Butcher Dan.
He sure looks tough.
Well, I don't know. I've seen tougher. Come on, come on. There must be somebody out there with a little backbone.
Unless you're all a bunch of low-down, no-good, yellow-bellied pot lickers.
Sure got me pegged.
500 buckaroos. You know what that would buy me?
Yeah, a nice funeral.
No, that pretty spread in California I was telling you about. $500 buy that whole thing. All right now. Who wants to get rich fast? I do.
Now, that's more like it.
No.
Well, thank you, sir. Step right this way.
Mr. Callahan, don't do it. Don't do it.
Dusty, I really want that ranch. I'm going to be the one getting in the ring, not you. Stop that shivering and shaking.
I can't.
Why not?
Because my pants are wet and I'm freezing. The biggest, the meanest, under the $500 sign. And shoulders out to here, 300 pounds, black tights, 5 minutes. I tried to stop him, but I couldn't. You know, Callahan's ranch, Butcher Dan.
In other words, Callahan has agreed to fight a professional boxer, Butcher Dan, in order to win the prize money to buy the ranch in California.
That's what I just said, wasn't it?
Sounds to me like Cal could really get himself hurt. What can we do?
Nothing. You're not going to do nothing except listen up. I heard what Dusty just told you, and I appreciate your concern, but, well, I got something here I want to show you.
Oh, medals.
I never mentioned all this before because I didn't see any reason, but, well, you're looking at the former United States heavyweight boxing champion of the whole United States Cavalry from 1835 to 1840.
Hey, listen to this newspaper clipping. Today, Sergeant Thomas Callahan rendered his opponent unconscious before the contest had hardly begun. 43 victories, 38 by knockout.
Well. That's a very impressive record, Mr. Callahan.
I'll say. Gee.
And you believe, Mr. Callahan, that the odds of your beating this Butcher Dan are in your favor?
It's like taking candy away from a baby, Mr. Brookhaven.
I know one thing. I can build you a suitable training camp right over here.
Good.
I'll make you a beautiful robe to wear in the ring.
Thank you, Betsy.
and I'll be your sparring partner.
Will you stop that before you sprain an ankle?
May I assume that I could make a small wager on the outcome?
Sure. You can ride into town with me now if you want to. I've still got a few details I have to iron out.
Just a few $1,000s, you know. You understand, to keep in the interest.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I guess I better go along, too.
What for?
Well, to keep all that money in a safe place. Smoke and booze and cowboys. What a beautiful smell.
Stand over there.
You sure? How can you tell?
I told you, you chicken-brained baboon, when you bring Butcher Dan a drink, you bring it in a water glass.
That's them, all right.
My, he's a big one.
Mr. Callahan, are you sure you'll emerge victorious?
Don't worry about a thing. 38 knockouts is not exactly chopped buffalo meat.
Lulu and I will circulate you, make your arrangements.
We certainly will.
Well. It ain't the big bad challenger and his little pipsqueak friend.
I don't think I'd talk like that if I were you.
I don't think I'd talk like that if I were you.
Why not?
Why not?
I'm going to make him eat those words.
Because he's going to make you eat those words.
Does that mean the fight's on?
You just tell me where and when.
Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock, right here.
And the $500 if I go the full 5 minutes.
Right here.
Not that we're gonna need it.
Oh, honey, I'll hold that. Just in case you might be wrong.
Are you kidding? Me lose the fight, you'll be begging him to stop it.
Who's going to be begging him to stop it?
You'll be begging him.
I'll be begging him to stop it.
I'm begging you to stop it.
All right, man, all right. Break it up. Save it for Saturday when we're selling tickets.
Steve.
Mr. Callahan, you simply must stand still.
Yes, Miss Brookhaven.
You want to look nice for the fight, don't you?
Yeah, but not so nice that some cowboy's going to propose to me.
Hi, Mr. Brookhaven. Howdy, madam.
Hi, Betsy.
You see what I mean?
It'll just be another moment. Oh, yes. Lilac organdy is just perfect for the robe.
Not lilac. Green.
Why green?
Callahan. It's an Irish name.
Very well, if you must have ethnic identification. Blue will look great for a pair of tights. Oh, splendid. It'll match his eyes perfectly. At least before the fight starts.
Well, I'll be... Did the best I could.
Oh, this is great. Boy, set up like this, I'll be in the best shape of my life come Saturday.
I hope so, for the sake of your honor and my money.
Hey, you just in time to see Mr. Callahan start training.
Oh,
Yeah, this is great. Just one thing missing, though.
what's that?
Sparring partner.
Here I am. I'm all set. I'm going to be your sparring partner.
I've heard of David and Goliath, but this is ridiculous.
I can't spar with you, Dusty. I don't want to hurt you.
Don't worry about it. I've been doing a lot of practicing. Used to call me the blonde bomber.
You fought a lot?
Till my mother cut my hair.
Are you sure you can take a punch, Dusty?
I'm a lot tougher than you think.
I have a pipe cleaner with a better physique.
Well, if you're sure you can take a punch, sure don't want to hurt you, little pal.
Will you stop worrying about it, huh? Let's just shake hands and come out fighting.
All right.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, boy, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
I still don't see why we have to go chasing off into the boondocks.
I told you. Now, something tells me we better check that Callahan guy out.
What for? He ain't no fighter. He's just like all the rest of them suckers.
I don't know. There's just something about him. He's just a little too cocksure of himself.
Nice 97, 98, 99, and 100. Stop.
Oh, that looks like fun.
Yeah, that's some fun.
You mind if I try it?
Those rocks are pretty heavy, Dusty.
Are you kidding? Those two little rocks?
That's okay.
Remember, Callahan, you got to work on your combination punches.
Right.
No. First a left, and then a right. Don't you listen to what Andy says?
I meant right like an okay.
Why don't you say okay?
Good. Look, will you get everybody out of here, especially Dusty?
Right. We've got a lot of training to do.
You sure this thing is rigged right?
Oh, I'm sure.
I'll say. I mean, look at this, huh?
I told you we'd be wasting our time. They ain't nothing but a bunch of jokers.
Hold on. I just want to make sure.
Come on, Callahan, we'll hold the bag for you.
Yeah. Come on, hit it real hard. Make believe I'm the enemy.
Oh, little pal, you're my friend.
Well, make believe I'm Butcher Dan.
You're about half his size.
Oh, okay. How about this? Na 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 na. Callahan the sissy, Callahan the sissy.
Very good, Dusty, very good.
Sissy, 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 sissy.
Why, you little...
For a sissy, you're pretty terrific.
Still dying from laughing?
You were right. This guy Callahan sure packs a mean wallop.
Which means we better not take a chance on losing that $500.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah? We agreed to a fight, but nobody said anything about it having to be fair and square.
Well, Andy, today's the big day.
Yeah, it sure is. Where's Mr. Callahan?
In the wagon, putting on his costume de combat.
Are you ready, Callahan?
Okay, everybody, here he is.
Ta-da!
Turn around.
Oh, my dear, lovely Betsy.
Dear, the sash should be in a contrasting color. It should be gold to match the lettering.
Oh.
Carter, I'll be right back.
Well, Mrs. Brookhaven sure ought to be back by now, huh?
Well, she knows the fight starts in less than an hour.
Well, if I know Mrs. Brookhaven, she's trying to pick the appropriate sash for that robe. She studied color coordination in Paris, you know.
Maybe she went all over there to get the sash.
Mr. Callahan! Mr. Callahan!
What is it,
I
Betsy?
found this note pinned to the stagecoach seat.
How about that? It's the first letter we got since we left St. Louis.
If you ever want to see Mrs. Brookhaven again, make sure Callahan loses the fight today.
Good heavens.
Well, no getting around it, folks. This is terrible news. Terrible.
Well, here we are. Your new home for a little while.
Please, you're smudging my sleeve.
Now, look, sweetheart.
Beg your pardon? If you find it necessary to communicate with me, my name is Mrs. Brookhaven. Or Lady Brookhaven, whichever you prefer.
Sit down and shut up.
What did you say?
I said sit down.
Sit here? Ridiculous. It's dirty.
I got news for you. You'll be under 6 feet of dirt if your wagon master friend doesn't lose that fight today. Now sit down.
My good man, I will not have you speak to me in that tone. And remove your hat in the presence of a lady. Oh, honestly, the way some people bring up their children.
That does it. Tie her up and gag her.
I warn you, sir. If you don't release me this instant, you'll never do business at my husband's bank.
Oh, my poor, dear, sweet Daphne. Gone.
Don't you worry, Mr. Brookhaven. We'll get her back.
Well, I think I know who did it, too.
So do I.
So do I.
So do I.
Who?
I don't know. I just don't want to be left out of the group.
Butcher Dan and his manager, that's who.
Yeah, but we haven't got time to prove that.
Those ruffians, they'll stop at nothing.
There's only one thing to do to get your wife back, Mr. Brookhaven. I'm going to have to lose this fight.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Callahan. Compared to my wife, money is nothing. And may the United States Treasury have mercy upon my soul.
That crowd?
Yeah, we took in $300 already.
It's all ours if Callahan's as smart as I think he is.
I'm sure you know how much I appreciate what you're doing, Mr. Callahan. Taking the first loss of your career for my poor dear Daphne.
How about yourself? You stand to lose a pretty good piece of money.
It's my first loss, too.
Mr. Callahan. Mr. Callahan.
Any news?
I got the sheriff combing the town, but there's no sign of Mrs. Brookhaven.
Well, here goes nothing.
Peter's bags.
Dusty, will you just go get me some water or something?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Introducing, in this corner, at 230 pounds, the champion pugilist of the entire Oklahoma Territory, Butcher Dan! And in this corner, at 220 pounds, the challenger, Kid Callahan.
Hey, what are we cheering about?
Oh, poor Mr. Callahan.
All right, men. Okay, men, you know the rules. When you hear the bell, you come out fighting.
Aren't you ashamed to be hiding behind a woman's skirts?
What are you talking about?
We know that you're holding Miss Brookhaven hostage.
Well, suppose you try and prove it.
Fill her up. With water. It's for Kid Callahan. Just take it easy out there. Just do what you have to do without getting hurt, okay?
Don't worry, Callahan ain't gonna try nothing as long as we got that dizzy rich dame tucked away.
Right. Huh?
Oh. What are you doing in our corner?
He's got a good man there, you know.
Get out of here.
Mr. Callahan. You got the water? I got more than that. You were right the way you were figuring. Butcher Dan's got Mrs. Brookhaven held prisoner. Where? I don't know.
We'll go back and find out.
Quickly, while there's still time.
Right.
Take it easy the first round, Butcher. Make it look good.
Take it easy the second round, too, Butcher. And by the way, I keep forgetting where that rich old lady is.
Well, I told you to get out of here.
There goes Mr. Callahan's ranch.
And maybe his face, too.
Mr. Callahan! Mr. Callahan!
What?
I can't find out where she is. Callahan, duck! Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Mrs. Brookhaven. You're missing a great fight out there. Mrs. Brookhaven? Don't go away now. Mr. Callahan. Mr. Callahan, look in there. Look in there. Look. One. No. Mr. Callahan, get up. Get up.
3. There's no use, Dusty. 5.
No. Look in there. It's Mrs. Brookhaven.
7. 8. 9. Danny boy.
All right, break it.
Oh, my poor dear Daphne. Are you all right, dear?
Carter, you have no idea what it was like. No spoons, no sugar, no doilies.
Well, we did it, Miss Brookhaven.
And just look at all the money that Mr. Brookhaven won.
Not to mention Mr. Callahan's $500.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's put the champagne on ice.
Oh, yeah.
How about that, Dusty? You ever drink champagne?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
There they are, Sheriff. Those are the men.
Thanks. I'll take care of them as soon as I clear up a little matter with you folks.
What little matter?
The $495 property damage to the Silver Bullet Saloon rendered by this gentleman.
One oak door, 2 tables, 2 chairs, 8 bottles of whiskey, 6 spittoons, 189 glasses. I don't have any money.
Well, then you don't leave me any choice. I'm going to have to lock you up.
I know it's too good to last. If... I guess that'll cover it.
That's what I call a friend. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got a couple of arrests to make.
You're really terrific, Mr. Callahan. I mean, do I have any more to you than that ranch in California?
Well, I never thought of it exactly that way, Dusty. Come on, Dusty. Let's go.
I'll be with you in a minute.
Look, we're behind schedule already.
Just one more punch.
All right, one more punch. Well, that was a pretty tough bag you were fighting. Come on, little pal. Let's go. Let's go.